morning, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar to one and all present here today as we welcome you to the National Summit on Leadership and Positivity 2022 and Positivity Gems of India. Our chief guest for the day is our former Honorable President Shri Kovind ji, who had served as the 14th President of India from 2017-22. We also have the other dignitaries, and I have the honor and privilege of introducing all of them. But let us begin this beautiful morning with the singing of our national anthem. So attention, position, please.
विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे
I request the audience to kindly be seated. It is indeed an honor and privilege to have as the chief guest for today's program Honorable Shri Kovind, the former President of India. He served as the 14th President of India from 2017 to 2022. Before entering politics, he had an illustrious career as a lawyer for 16 years, and he also served as the 26th Governor of Bihar and a Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. May I request Dr. Dnyaneshwar Mulay, convener of the summit, to welcome him. We also have Mr. Justice Arun Kumar Mishra, Honorable Chairperson, National Human Rights Commission. He is a former judge of the Supreme Court and has also remained the Chief Justice of Calcutta High Court and Rajasthan High Court. He is the guest of honor for today's program. I also have the privilege of welcoming Dr. Managini Amte and Dr. Prakash Amte, the recipients of the Lifetime Achievement Award for Leadership in Positivity today. I now request Dr. Dnyaneshwar Mulay, Member, National Human Rights Commission and founder of Movement of Positivity, Society for Positive Changes, to welcome our guest for the day. Dr. Mulay had an illustrious career as diplomat in Indian Foreign Service from 1983 to 2019. He is also a renowned author, motivator, diplomat, and former secretary to the Government of India. We also have on stage Mr. Positive Rishikumar, who has been committedly working for the movement of positivity. He has devoted his life in working closely supported more than 6 lakh children by adopting 3,000 plus children in 20 states. And of course, we also have with us on stage Air Marshal Mulay. Welcome you, sir. After 39 years of distinguished service with the Indian Air Force, he has joined UPSC as a member, and he has held several distinguished offices prior to joining the UPSC. May we now Yes, this is a very, very warm moment, and we honor Shri Prakash Amte ji and also Dr. Nandani Amte. So here is a felicitation of Justice Kumar. We now begin today's proceedings with the lighting of the ceremonial lamp, as light dispels all the darkness and ushers in positivity, joy, and hope. What could be a better moment than to begin this summit on positivity with the lighting of the lamp? Thank you, the lady and the gentleman here. Positivity for harmony and progress of nation. I believe each one of us present here today believes that it is the positive energy that propels the entire universe. It sustains the mystical Mother Nature, manifests itself beautifully with every sunrise, and runs deep in the tiniest of cells in the human body and the most profound aspirations of the human soul. No doubt, positivity is all-encompassing. And today, the entire world is in need of more positivity each day, every moment. The multiple dimensions of positivity that embraces compassion, peace, courage, dignity, respect, collaboration, cooperation Integrity and empathy are invaluable for every human being, as well as our nation, which is on a journey to become Atmanirbhar and aspires to ascend to the position of Vishwaguru. I now request Dr. Dnyaneshwar Mulay, convener of the summit, to deliver the welcome address and the introductory note. He is the architect of this beautiful and profound movement for positivity, with his huge and invaluable experience and expertise at national, local, and international levels. He is inspiring thousands to make positivity a way of life.
Good morning and namaste to everyone. Our chief guest of the function today, पूर्व राष्ट्रपति, भारत के पूर्व राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद जी, यहाँ पर मंच पर उपस्थित हमारे विशेष अतिथि श्री अरुण कुमार मिश्रा जी, जो कि न्यायमूर्ति रहे हैं और अभी भारत के मानवाधिकार आयोग के अध्यक्ष भी हैं। उनके साथ साथ आज की जो सत्कार मूर्ति है, डॉक्टर प्रकाश आमटे और डॉक्टर मंदाकिनी आमटे, we are very proud that you are here with us today. It's a great honor. My two colleagues, Shri Justice Mr. M.M. Kumar and Shri Rajeev. Thank you for joining us. We also have the representative of forces, the forceful force of positivity, Air Marshal Shri Harivansh, and you who make this morning so beautiful, the artists, the speakers, the musicians, the dancers, the media persons, the panelists, the chairs, and those who have come from abroad and from various parts of the nooks and corner of the country. आप सबका बहुत तहे दिल से स्वागत है। ये अलग तरीके का शिखर सम्मेलन है। This is a very, very different summit that we have had today. This is the second year. People ask me, is it necessary to have a Chai Ka Abhiyan? They ask me, कि क्या है positivity का कोई summit होता है? So I said, why not? Look at today's newspaper. On one of the national dailies, at page 14, there is a news that one boy, aged 14, Jyotiraditya Khanna, he died in an accident, and his parents donated the eyes, and 6 people were saved. The news is on page 14. Do you know what is the news on the first page? Somebody cut somebody into pieces, and and the gory story. This is the correct picture of how we look at facts today. So what is positivity? Positivity, in my view, is deeply rooted in our culture, in our heritage. हमारे संस्कृति में positivity का बहुत बड़ा महत्व है. After all, सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम क्या है? आज के जीवन में भी अगर पॉजिटिविटी हमें नजर नहीं आती है, तो हम अपने संविधान की तरफ देखें, जहां पर न्याय, समता और स्वतंत्रता का जिक्र है। अगर भारत के हर नागरिक को हम ये 3 बातें अगर दे सके, तो मुझे लगता है भारत स्वर्ग बनेगा। और ये भी जो है सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम से जुड़ा हुआ है। सत्य क्या है? इक्वालिटी सत्य होना चाहिए। शिवम क्या है? न्याय सुंदर शिवम होना चाहिए। और सुंदर क्या है? स्वतंत्रता सुंदर होनी चाहिए। आज के दिन में हमने पॉजिटिविटी की जो डेफिनेशन की है, व्याख्या बनाई है, उसमें हमने सबसे पहले समावेशकता, जो सत्य होना चाहिए, इंक्लूसिविटी जिसको बोलते हैं। दूसरी बात जो है शिवम, रचनात्मकता, कंस्ट्रक्टिव अप्रोच टू लाइफ। और तीसरी बात जो है सुंदरम। सुंदरम जो है वो सर्जनशीलता है, क्रिएटिविटी है। भारत के हर नागरिक का पोटेंशियल जो है पूरी तरह से जब रियलाइज हो जाए, तो मुझे लगता है कि हम असली मायने में सतर्कता की तरफ बढ़ेंगे। आज हम समाज की तरफ देखते हैं तो हमने 75 साल में बहुत तरक्की की है, लेकिन बहुत तरक्की बाकी है। अगर हमारे पास इसरो है, अवकाश संशोधन है, तो उसके साथ साथ हमारे गरीबी की, अगर हमने इस 75 साल में एक बहुत जबरदस्त एक लोकतंत्र बनाया है, तो उसके साथ हमारे यहाँ शोषण और अत्याचार भी, विषमता भी है। तो इस सब को जो है कहीं ना कहीं हमको होलिस्टिक तरीके से देखना चाहिए। इसीलिए हमने बनाई है ये मूवमेंट ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी, अच्छाई का अभियान, और मराठी में हम इसको बोलते हैं सांगोलपणाची चळवळ। आज के दिन में ये जो दिन है समिट का मतलब है कि समथिंग एट द पीक। थ्रू द ईयर वी हैव क्रिएटिव एक्टिविटीज ऑल ओवर इंडिया, and then once a year we celebrate positivity in the capital. This year it is in the capital, next year it will go to some other state perhaps. But the idea is to feel proud that we are a positive society, a positive nation, and we are, but besides being the largest democracy in the world, perhaps we can provide the bare little to the world to become the Vishnu, which is the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister. How will it happen? It will happen when every citizen will come and show whatever the best that he has or she has inside him or her. So this is positivity. We have 3 sessions today. We started on a musical note in the morning to just imbibe a bit of positivity into the audience. We have this extraordinary session in the presence of our Honorable former President. The first session will take a look at the 75 years of our independence. Where do we stand? संकल्प से सिद्धि तक, कहाँ से सिद्धि हमने प्राप्त कर लिया, कितना संकल्प किया था, इसके बारे में विचार करेंगे. Then we have second session that will deal with the social justice, that is equality in practice. How far we have come in the social justice arena. That is the second session. And the third, which is futuristic, India at 100. 25 years from now, where do we want our nation? And we can determine, because unless we have a clear path, and that path is positivity, that is based, as I said, on the constitutional values of freedom, equality, and justice. So we are friends here, we are today embarking on this journey determinedly to see that our country really stands at the top in the world ranking in every sense of the term. Without much ado, I would like to close my remarks by saying that we're truly honored. Last year we honored Chandrashekhar Bhatt, who is an environmentalist, 89-year-old, and we did a yeoman's role performed in the Chipko movement. And this year we have this extraordinary couple which has for last 40 years, and let's give a big hand to them. Remote parts, the tribal areas of Devul Kasar in Maharashtra, 40 years, over 40 years. उनके तो खून में है, बाबा आमटे का नाम आप जानते होंगे, उनके तो खून में समाज सेवा है. So we are honoring them, and by honoring them, we are honoring ourselves. So once again, सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सहवीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विना वरितमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. That is the way positivity has been described in our tradition and in our culture. So let's follow, and I welcome you all in this journey of positivity. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone on the stage, and particularly our honorable former president. When I met him, he said, do we have the summit next year? I said, hope you remember this. You asked me, do you have it next year? So I was a little surprised. Then he paused and said, are these dates fixed? Then I said, sir, if any date that suits you, we will follow that. Even though we had one particular date in our mind. And he said, then he called his secretary and said that please give them a date. So that is the kind of positivity he has shown when we are approaching. And let me tell you, everyone we approach, I need to come to this forum because this is such a beautiful concept, positivity. Thank you all once again, and do enjoy the proceedings of the day and take back some kind of spirit of positivity here. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. It is now time to recognize the humongous efforts that have contributed to bringing life-changing positive experiences in innumerable lives and the society at large. The recipients of the Lifetime Achievement Award for Leadership in Positivity today are Dr. Mandakini Amte and Dr. Prakash Amte. It is our humble endeavor to honor them for their commendable contribution for years altogether in community leadership and Lok Biradari Prakalp Himal Kasa of Mahargi Seva Samiti, Baroda. Dr. Mandakini Amte and Dr. Prakash Amte have shaped and relentlessly dedicated themselves to numerous social welfare activities, wherein a chain of several tribal projects devoted to the cause of Madhya Gond tribals of Dandakaranya on the borders of Andhra, Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra states have been their focus. It is indeed a moment of great joy and honor to felicitate Dr. Mandakini Amte and Dr. Prakash Amte, recipients of numerous national and international awards for making a difference in so many lives with peace, compassion, courage and dignity. I now request our former president, Shri Ramnath Kovindji, to kindly do the honors for Dr. Mandakini Amte, and we are honoring Dr. Mandakini with a shawl, a citation, and a memento. May I request the audience to put their hands together in a gesture of our regard and gratitude for the wonderful soul. And of course, we have Dr. Prakash Amte now to be also honored by our former president, Shri Ramnath Kovindji. I think another round of applause, for they are the ones who are making huge changes in society with their positive strides. Thank you. May I now request Dr. Mandakini to address today's gathering. Ma'am. I am from Maharashtra and getting this award is very prestigious award for me. हम लोग जहाँ काम कर रहे हैं वो एरिया आदिवासी एरिया प्रसिद्ध है और उस एरिया के आदिवासी बहुत ही पिछड़े हुए थे। स्वातंत्र के बाद 25 इयर्स हो गए थे तो भी वहाँ एजुकेशन नहीं था, लाइवलीहुड नहीं था और वो लोग जानवर लेते ही रहते थे। और मेरे फादर इन लॉ जो और वर्ल्ड नोन है
डॉक्टर बाबा आमटे, उन्होंने हमें वो एरिया दिखाया और इन लोगों के लिए कुछ तो भी करना चाहिए ऐसा बोला। तो मेरे मिस्टर ने बोल दिया कि मैं इनके लिए कुछ करूंगा, और वो जो वर्ड उन्होंने दिया था वो आज तक हम लोग निभा रहे हैं। नेक्स्ट ईयर हमारे संस्था को 50 साल पूरे हो गए रहेंगे। 50 साल से हम लोग आदिवासियों के लिए काम पूरे जो कार्य कर रहे हैं, उसमें हम थोड़ा बहुत अपना योगदान अपने देश के लिए दे सके, इसका मुझे अभिमान है। और उनके आदिवासियों के लिए हम लोगों ने पहले तो हॉस्पिटल खोला, क्योंकि हम दोनों डॉक्टर थे, और डॉक्टर होने के नाते हम उनके हेल्थ की केयर करेंगे ऐसा हमने सोचा था, और छोटा सा अस्पताल खोल दिया था। लेकिन रिस्पॉन्स नहीं था, क्योंकि वो लोग हम पे विश्वास नहीं कर रहे थे। वो विश्वास कमाने के लिए हमें 2 साल लगे। 2 साल के बाद उन्होंने हमारे ऊपर विश्वास करना शुरू किया। फिर उनकी जो सब समस्याएं थी वो हमें मालूम हो गई, और वो समस्याएं सॉल्व करने के लिए हम लोगों ने अलग अलग क्षेत्र में अपना कदम रखा। खेती कैसी करनी चाहिए वो हमने उन लोगों के लिए डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन करके के पढ़ाया। बाद में उनके ऊपर जो अन्याय हो रहे थे वो देखकर हमें लगा कि नहीं, एजुकेशन देना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि हम लोग वहां गए तब एक ही लड़का जो स्कूल थे लेकिन 4th स्टैंडर्ड तक भी पढ़ा नहीं था। तो हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया कि इनके लिए स्कूल खोलेंगे कि सो दैट दे कैन कम इन मेन स्ट्रीम ऑफ द नेशन। उनको एजुकेशन मिल जाए तो मेन प्रवाह में आ जाएंगे, और उनको अपने हक के बारे में पता चलेगा, उनके क्या राइट्स है वो उनको पता चल जाएगा, और एजुकेशन मिलने से उन्हें रोजगार भी मिलेगा और हर एक क्षेत्र में आगे आ सके। मुझे आज कहने में बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि हमारे स्कूल में जो लड़के थे उनमें से कुछ डॉक्टर बने, इंजीनियर बने। आज हर एक क्षेत्र में हमारे आगे महाराष्ट्र में काम कर रहे हैं। आप लोगों ने हमें एक मौका दिया और यहाँ आके हमारा जो सत्कार किया, इसलिए जो मानव अधिकार है और पॉजिटिविटी का जो समिट है, इनके जो कॉर्पोरेट है और जो कमेटी है, उनकी मैं बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ। और आप सब लोग
warm regards and thank you, Dr. Mandakini Amte. May I call now Dr. Prakash Amte, please, to come on this audience.
नमस्कार। आज के कार्यक्रम के मुख्य अतिथि भूतपूर्व राष्ट्रपति जी श्री कोविंद जी, सम्माननीय सदस्य और उपस्थित बंधु और भगिनी, सबसे पहले तो मैं ज्ञानेश्वर मुलय जी का आभारी हूँ। मूवमेंट ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी, हम जब जो ये काम शुरू किया, ये पॉजिटिव क्या होता है ये सब पता नहीं चलता, तो उसी के भरोसे हम लोगों ने काम किया, उसको आज पॉजिटिव काम कहते हैं। जैसे मंदाकिनी ने कहा है कि जिस एरिया में हम लोग गए, मतलब मेरे पिताजी हम लोग लेके गए, जिनके पैर पर वस्त्र नहीं था, खाने के लिए अनाज नहीं, और सीखे हुए लोगों के प्रति डर था। अंडमान में जैसे जारवाज रहते हैं, वैसे यहाँ कसाम में जो बॉर्डर पे बस्तर, आंध्र प्रदेश और महाराष्ट्र, इनको माड़िया कहते हैं, प्रिमिटिव ट्राइब, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट बैकवर्ड ऑफ क्लास, ऐसा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लिखा था, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट बैकवर्ड कम्युनिटी। अब सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम था कि उनका विश्वास कैसे कराएं। गांव में गए तो जंगल में भाग गए, तो इसमें परिस्थिति में रहकर पॉजिटिविटी मेंटेन करना बड़ा मुश्किल था। वही हम दोनों का काम नहीं था, बाबा की प्रेरणा से और भी 4-5 जवान हमारे साथ काम करने के लिए, और सब लोगों ने ऐसा डिसाइड किया कि फ्रस्ट्रेशन बहुत जल्दी आता है, लोगों का रिस्पॉन्स नहीं मिलता। पहले तो हमको लगा कि इनको कुछ इनके लिए कुछ करना चाहिए, उन्होंने भी डिमांड किया, तो पेशेंस रखना जरूरी है। और ये दूसरी एक बात थी कि हम लोग के बस गवर्नमेंट ने जगह दिया, जंगल था, रहने के लिए झोपड़ियां थी, बिजली और टेलीफोन का सवाल है, बारिश आ गई तो 6 महीने रास्ता बंद। तो इन परिस्थितियों में वो लोग कैसे रहे, सदियों से रहते, उन्होंने किसी के पास कंप्लेंट नहीं किया, तो हमको क्या अधिकार पाता है कंप्लेंट करने का? इस तरह से मतलब विचार किया जिसको पॉजिटिव विचार आज करके हमने कहा कि ऐसे हम कंप्लेंट करते रहे तो काम का आनंद कैसे मिले? तो उनकी लैंग्वेज अलग थी, लैंग्वेज को पढ़ा, फिर उनके कस्टम्स क्या थी, बीमार हो गया तो पुजारी रहता है गाँव में, मांत्रिक होते, उसके बाद गए बलि चढ़ाओ तो ठीक हो गया, तो उसको रेट नहीं ठीक है तो भगवान की मर्जी। तो ऐसे जो भगवान की मर्जी में छोड़े हुए पेशेंट थे, जो उन्होंने ठीक नहीं किया, उन्होंने गुजर, हमने उनको बोला कि आप, अब हम थोड़ी सी भाषा भी सीख गए, हमको एक मौका दीजिए। तो खटिया पे पेशेंट करने के लिए जाए, हमारी कोशिश मतलब फर्स्ट चैलेंज, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इन्वेस्टिगेशन जीरो, लैंग्वेज का भी प्रॉब्लम, फिर भी कोशिश करो मन से दिल से, वो पेशेंट ठीक हो गया, जाते हुए अपनी कटिया कंधे पे लेके पैदल गया। तो ये एडवर्टाइजमेंट हुआ, भाषण से नहीं होता, अनुभव से उनका विश्वास। तो फिर चारों तरफ मतलब डिस्टेंस कितना होगा, 150 किलोमीटर, इतना बड़ा घना जंगल है, ट्रांसपोर्ट के लिए लोग कंधे पे उठा के, और हमारे केस चैलेंजिंग था, लेकिन इच्छा नहीं की बस बचना चाहिए, अपने विश्वास पे आया तो इसमें पैदल जाना चाहिए, पैदल पे आया। तो काफी सारे सक्सेस पहले मिले हम लोगों को, उससे वो माउथ टू माउथ पब्लिसिटी हुई। फिर लगा कि यार एजुकेशन या आरोग्य से जो लोगों का विकास नहीं होता है, उनको एजुकेशन देना चाहिए, खेती कैसा कर लेते, मतलब प्लानिंग नहीं था कुछ, एक के बाद एक ही था कि हम लोगों ने कंप्लेन नहीं किया, हम लोग अपनी नीड्स बहुत कम रखी। हम तो ऐसे तो शुरू में तो झोपड़ी में रहते थे कि वहां कोई भी नहीं था, और कपड़े पहन के काम करना, हमारे फोटो उन्होंने था तो वैसे ही है। तो पता नहीं कि शर्म आती थी, यहाँ सूट में जाके बैठे, वहां जाके वो लोग नहीं है, इसीलिए मतलब ये शर्म के बारे थोड़ा सा कपड़े छोड़ के हम उनके साथ में आने की कोशिश की, लेकिन उन्होंने अपना मान लिया। फिर एजुकेशन, उसके लिए भी लोगों के मन में काफी संदेह था, एजुकेशन क्या होने वाला, व्हाट इज एजुकेशन? मैंने बोला आपको मौका दीजिए, 1 साल आप मुझे बच्चे दीजिए, और आप नहीं अच्छा लगा तो ले जाइए, लेकिन 25 बच्चे आ गए, उनको भी थोड़ी शर्म आ गई, इसलिए वो कोशिश करें कि आपने भेजना चाहिए, आ गए, लेकिन आधे बच्चे भाग गए, उनको डिसिप्लिन अच्छी नहीं लगी, खाना अच्छा मिलता था, कपड़े पहनने लगे, लेकिन हाँ थोड़ा सा डिसिप्लिन आता है स्कूल। फिर भी जो 15 बच्चे बचे थे, उन्होंने दूसरे साल जाके अपने भाइयों को, अपने दोस्तों को लाया, और 2 साल के बाद पेरेंट्स अपने खुद होकर अपने बच्चों को लेके आए। इसका एक फायदा रहा है कि आज 650 बच्चे तो है वहां पर, लेकिन आज तक 15-20 लोग प्रोफेसर है, पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट में गए, टीचर्स करके है। अच्छी बात यह है कि हमारे बच्चे जो उन्हीं के साथ पढ़े, आज उसी स्कूल में पढ़े, मराठी मीडियम, वो संभाल रहे, थर्ड जनरेशन बाबा देवी वो संभाल रहे। तो ये ये थर्ड जनरेशन के यहाँ आके जिम्मेदारी संभाल रही है। हेल्थ, एजुकेशन, एग्रीकल्चर एक्सटेंशन, गांव का विकास, अरे थोड़ा आखिर का इसका जिक्र मैं याद, इसके लिए मैं ज्यादा जाना था। आदिवासी सब जानवर मार के खाते थे, सब मतलब उनका भूख जैसे रहती थी, वो चॉइस नहीं होती, चूहे मार के खाएंगे, टिकिया मार के खाएंगे, हिरन नहीं, भालू है। मैंने उनको बोला कम से कम बच्चों को मत मारिए, बंदर का बच्चा जिंदा बच्चा मरे हुआ दूध पिला था, रोका हमने, बच्चे को हमारे पास, हमारे बच्चे को वो क्या खाएंगे, चलो चावल देता हूँ मैं। ऐसे ये ऑर्फनेज 1974 में शुरू किया, और अपने घर के मेंबर को बना दिया। उसके बाद में फिर भालू का बच्चा है, तेंदुआ बच्चा है, मगरमच्छ है, हाइना, अब शायद एरिया में जितने भी जानवर हो गए, उसके रिप्रेजेंटेटिव मेरे घर के सदस्य है, उसके साथ घूमने आते हैं। तो वाजपेयी जी का पंतप्रधान, तो फिर बाद में हाइट ही होता है। प्रोग्राम में बहुत अच्छी बात होती है और किसी को भाषण नहीं करना पड़ता है। लेकिन बाद में हाइट ही होता है। हाइट में मुझे किसी ने बस लेके बात ले गए, बाबा का बेटा है, बाबा को भी तो बोला कि भाई ये तो काम करता हूँ, लेकिन ये काम ये ज्यादा सेटिस्फेक्शन नहीं है। 4 पाँव वाले वो इतना ज्यादा हिंसा नहीं करते जो 2 पाँव वाले करते। शेर के साथ में मेरे खो गए हो, मेरा हाथ जाता है घूमने के लिए नदी में आ रहे और उससे कुत्ता एक साथ में, ये तो मतलब कहीं भी नहीं होगा। मतलब मेरी बड़ी इतनी खुशी है कि ये सारे जानवर सब जीव जंतु से मैं प्यार पास है, तो उसके लिए ज्यादा ध्यान रखा हूँ। और ये आर्ट तो अपने लिए इसके बाद में तो बंद हो जाएगा, लोग अभी स्वीकार नहीं कर रहे। अवेयरनेस आ गया, एजुकेशन आया, इतनी करने लगे। और 80% बच्चे जो हमारे स्कूल से एजुकेशन लिया वो अपने जिले में उस अवेयरनेस करने लगे। इस तरह से मोदी जी का आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ कि ऐसे बड़े प्रोग्राम में जाने की आदत भी नहीं, अच्छा भी नहीं लगता है, सिंपल लाइफ है अपना। पता नहीं इन लोगों ने हम लोगों को चलाया, उनको और आप सभी को बड़ा बड़ा धन्यवाद देता हूँ। मेरे दोस्तों को
Thank you, Dr. Prakash Apte. May I now request Mr. Justice Arun Kumar Mishra, Honorable Chairperson, National Human Rights Commission, to kindly address it on this.
श्री रामनाथ कोविंद जी, भारत के पूर्व राष्ट्रपति श्री प्रकाश आमटे जी, श्रीमती मंदाकिनी आमटे, श्री ज्ञानेश्वर मुले, श्री एम कुमार साहब, श्री राजीव जैन जी, साहब, भारतीय गणराज्य के नागरिक, शेष नागरिक व स्कूल से आए भारत के भविष्य, प्रभाकर आमटे जी ने जो सचिव, प्रकाश आमटे जी ने जो सचिव चित्रण किया पॉजिटिविटी का, उसके पश्चात शायद कुछ बोलने के लिए नहीं रहता, अनुभव करने के लिए रहता है। और जहां इस देश के गणराज्य के एक सहज, सरल, जिनको आज की वर्तमान परिप्रेक्ष्य में जब अपने आप को व्यक्ति भगवान के समान श्रेष्ठ सिद्ध करने में अग्रणी रहता है, ऐसे में जो इंसान विरले देखने मिलते हैं, जब वो इंसान उपस्थित हो हमारे पास श्री रामनाथ कोविंद जी के रूप में, तब पॉजिटिव विचार पर उनकी पॉजिटिविटी अपने आप में इतनी है जो कि सभा और में हम आप सब लोग महसूस कर सकते हैं। मैं उनको प्रणाम करते हुए उनकी आज्ञा लेकर कुछ शब्द कहने के प्रयास करूंगा, क्योंकि मुझे आदेशित किया गया है कुछ कहूं। जैसा भाई बुले साहब ने इंगित किया, वे पॉजिटिव विचारों को संवैधानिक मूल्यों की ऊपर तोलते हैं। उन्होंने हमारे मूल सिद्धांत बताए जिसके लिए जिन पर मानव का आधारित है, समानता का अधिकार, डिग्निटी का अधिकार, गरिमा का अधिकार, लाइवलीहुड। अगर हम देखें तो जिस समय संविधान बन रहा था और जिस समय यूनाइटेड नेशन के घोषणा पत्र जो मानवाधिकार संबंधी है जारी किया जा रहा था, महात्मा गांधी ने संविधान निर्माताओं को तथा यूनाइटेड नेशंस को पत्र लिखकर उनसे अपेक्षा की थी कि अधिकार तथा जिम्मेदारियां एक साथ चलते हैं, इनको एक दूसरे से पृथक नहीं किया जा सकता। जो व्यक्ति अपनी जिम्मेदारी पूरी करता है उसे अधिकार की पात्रता स्वतः प्राप्त होती है। एक दूसरे से इनको पृथक नहीं किया जा सकता। They are not divorced. They cannot be rights and duties cannot be divorced from each other. हमारे संविधान में अनुच्छेद 51 में संशोधन के द्वारा फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज को जोड़ा गया। अगर हमें फंडामेंटल राइट्स के जो भाग 3 में अधिकार उल्लेखित हैं वो प्राप्त करना है, तो मैंने उस परिप्रेक्ष्य में कल दोबारा जब धारा अनुच्छेद 51 को पढ़ने की कोशिश की तो पाया हमारे संविधान निर्माताओं ने कितनी पॉजिटिविटी, जिससे एक मानव का निर्माण जिस पॉजिटिविटी से होता है, जिस पर मानवाधिकार हमारे आधारित होते हैं, उन्होंने उसमें समाहित किया है। जिन्होंने बलिदान दिया उनसे उनका आदर, देश के समस्त नागरिकों में भाईचारा, विश्व बंधुत्व, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज में सर्वधर्म समभाव, रिलीजियस टॉलरेंस, डाइवर्सिटी, अनेकता में एकता का भाव जिम्मेदारियों में डाला। नारी का सम्मान हमारी जिम्मेदारियों में डाला। प्रकृति, वन, नदी, नाले, तालाब, जैविक विविधता, बायोडाइवर्सिटी, फ्लोरा एंड फौना के प्रति संवेदनशीलता। आमने सामने जो संवेदनशीलता प्रदर्शित की, 4 पैरों वाले और 2 पैरों वालों में जो उन्होंने फर्क किया, बिल्कुल छूने वाली बात। ये हमारी संवैधानिक जिम्मेदारी है। अगर हम अपने अधिकार 2 पैर वाले जिसका बौद्धिक विकास है चाहते तो हमें 4 पैर वाले को प्रति संवेदनशीलता, वृक्षों के प्रति संवेदनशीलता, नदियों के प्रति संवेदनशीलता नहीं, हम स्वयं का आधार को ही नष्ट कर देंगे अगर हम ड्यूटीज को नहीं निभाते, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज को। तो हमें जीने का कोई अधिकार नहीं है, हमारा जीने का अधिकार स्वतः समाप्त हो जाएगा। आप देखिए इन्वायरमेंट को प्यार नहीं, हमारा अस्तित्व, हमारे अधिकार, हमारा जीवन शायद निशान भी नष्ट होने की कगार पे। क्लाइमेटिक चेंज, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग जिस तरह से हो रही है, वो फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज अपनी पूरी नहीं कर रहे, दोहन कर रहे हैं आज के लालच में। इन सबको हमें देखना होगा। वैज्ञानिक चिंतन, अहिंसात्मक चिंतन हमारी ड्यूटी है। स्ट्राइव टुवर्ड्स एक्सीलेंस, प्रगति की ओर अग्रसर होना, कैसे संभव है? क्या ये मैजिकल वर्ड है? प्रकृति की ओर अग्रसर, स्ट्राइव टुवर्ड एक्सीलेंस सो दैट नेशन राइजेस टू द हाईएस्ट लेवल इन द वर्ल्ड। ये पॉजिटिविटी है, प्रकृति की ओर अग्रसर होना। इसमें ऊट ऊट कर पॉजिटिव भावना भरी हुई है। अगर हम लोगों ने शिव महापुराण, देवों के देव महादेव देखा होगा, उसमें शिव वचन में मुझे स्मृति आई। उन्होंने कहा है स्वयं को उत्तरदायी बनाइए जो आपके अंदर भाव हैं, सुख का अथवा दुख का। अगर हम अपने आप को आज जो हमारे साथ घटित हो रहा है, आज हम जिस स्थान पर हैं, उसके लिए उत्तरदायी नहीं मानेंगे तो हम अपनी जिम्मेदारी निभाने में असक्षम होंगे। हमें अपनी निगेटिविटी का उन्नति न करने का अगर दोष किसी दूसरे के ऊपर आरोपित करेंगे तो शायद हमें भूल रहे कि हमने उस दिशा में सद्विचार नहीं रखा, अपना मापदंड निर्धारित नहीं किया तथा कर्म में कहीं ना कहीं कुछ कमी रही। अगर कर्म किया जाएगा तो निश्चित तौर से जिस ऊंचाई को हम निश्चित करते हैं उससे अधिक ऊंचाई पर हम पहुंचते हैं। फल की चिंता करे बिना अगर कर्म किया जाए तो उसका परिणाम यह निश्चित तौर से प्राप्ति गीता के अनुसार भी संभव है। स्वयं के पैरों पर खड़े होना सब विचार से संभव है। आत्मनिरीक्षण इस हेतु आवश्यक है, सतत आत्मनिरीक्षण। हम आज कहाँ हैं? क्या हम समाज को वह दे रहे हैं जो उससे लिया? क्या हम अमीर होकर, हम सब जो यहाँ बैठे हैं, मैं समझता हूँ कि हम प्रत्येक एक झोपड़ी में एक दिया जलाने के लिए सक्षम हैं, उनको प्रकाश देने के लिए सक्षम हैं, उनको आगे आने के लिए, बढ़ाने के लिए सक्षम है। जैसा आप आमटे साहब ने, पिता बाबा आमटे साहब ने, और जो लोग ये कर रहे हैं और जो हमारे देश में कई लोग कर रहे हैं, ये नहीं, मैं देश को बुरा नहीं बोल रहा, हमारे देश में अच्छाइयां हैं जिस वजह से हम भारत आज विश्व में एक श्रेष्ठ देश के तौर पर गिने जाते हैं। मैं गर्व के साथ आपसे बोल सकता हूं, परंतु फिर भी हमें जो श्रेष्ठता के लिए अपनी फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज को पूरा करना है, उस हेतु सतत प्रयासरत रहना आवश्यक है। नहीं तो पतन अथवा उद्धार यह हमारे स्वयं के कर्मों पर आधारित होगा। देश का पतन करना है अथवा उद्धार करना है, यह हमारे ऊपर निर्धारित करता है। मैं ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा क्योंकि हम सब माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी को सुनने यहाँ आए हुए हैं। हम खुशियों को बांटें, खुशी का बंटवारा करें, ऊंच नीच में भेदभाव ना करें। आज मुझे अगर किसी चीज की बहुत वेदना होती है और मैं उसको मानवाधिकार मंच पे, इस मंच से बोलना चाहूंगा कि आज हम शायद एक जो गरीब से गरीब वर्ग है, जो सफाई करते हैं, उनको न्याय नहीं दे पाए इस देश में। आज हमें उनके प्रति सार्थक प्रयास की, जैसे आमटे साहब प्रयास कर रहे हैं, इस प्रयास की आवश्यकता है। आज हमारे देश में सेप्टिक टैंक साफ करते हुए 600, 650, 700 लोगों की मृत्यु होना, मेरा सर शर्म से झुक जाता है। हमने कितनी उन्नति की, आज हम कहाँ पहुंच रहे हैं? विश्व में आज हमारा अच्छा स्थान है। आज हम पर संसाधनों की कमी नहीं है, आज हम पर धन की कमी नहीं है, आज हम पर बुद्धि की कमी नहीं है। हम कहाँ पीछे रहे हैं, कहाँ विचलित रहे हैं? शायद हमारे आमटे साहब को जैसे लोगों की कुछ आवश्यकता है, आज कुछ कर सके, हमें मार्गदर्शन दे सके, हम उनके मार्गदर्शन में आगे बढ़ सके, वो चीज का भेद नहीं हो। और निगेटिविटी अगर हम रखते हैं तो उसके दुष्प्रभाव हम जानते हैं। युद्ध, उसके प्रभाव, टेररिज्म, आतंकवाद, उसके दुष्प्रभाव, अगर हम अपने किसी दुश्मन का भी नुकसान करना चाहते हैं, समाज में नेगेटिविटी आती है, हम स्वयं उससे पिछड़ जाते हैं, दूसरे का नुकसान के साथ साथ स्वयं का नुकसान तो हम करते हैं। पॉजिटिविटी की इस देश में कोई स्थान ही नहीं है। हम अधिकार और अपनी जिम्मेदारियों के साथ जीने के लिए संवैधानिक मूल्यों के अनुसार बाध्य हैं, उसमें निगेटिविटी का कोई कहीं स्थान नहीं है। आर्टिकल 39 में जो खुशियों के बंटवारे की बात, जो संपदा के बंटवारे की बात कही गई है, सिर्फ राज्य की जिम्मेदारी न होकर हम स्वयं अपने ऊपर जिम्मेदारी उठाएं, हम पर जो है हम उसको बांटें, हम क्या ले जाएंगे और क्या लाए हैं, इस दृष्टि से अगर हम जिए, सबको खुशियां दें, तो भाई मुले साहब को साधुवाद देना चाहूंगा। उन्होंने इतना अच्छा मंच प्रारंभ किया कि हम लोग कम से कम इस बात को नए परिप्रेक्ष्य में संविधान को सोचने के लिए मजबूर होते हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Dnyaneshwar Mulay and Mr. Justice Arun Kumar Mishra to kindly felicitate our Honorable former President Shri Nath Kovind ji. And may I request the audience to put your hands together, please. This is indeed an expression of our deep gratitude and respect to the former President of India. And now may I request you, sir, Shri Nath Kovind ji, our Honorable President, to please address the audience.
Chairperson, Chairperson of National Human Rights Commission, Justice Arun Kumar Mishra, Convener of the Summit and Member of National Human Rights Commission, Dr. Dnyaneshwar Mulay, Lifetime Achievement Awardee, Dr. Srimati Mandakini Amte, Lifetime Achievement Awardee, Dr. Prakash Amte, Justice M.M. Kumar, Shri Rajeev Jain, Air Marshal Ajit Bhosle, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. मैं सोच रहा था कि आज हमारी समिट का विषय लीडरशिप इन पॉजिटिविटी, और जो हमने लाइफ टाइम अवार्डीज से सुना, आप लोगों ने पहले भी इनके बारे में सुना होगा। मैं इसको अपना सौभाग्य मानता हूं कि आज मुझे उनके मुंह से उनकी बात को सुनने का अवसर मिला। मुझे लगता है कि इस समिट में डॉक्टर प्रकाश आमटे और डॉक्टर मंदाकिनी आमटे शायद इसके सबसे अच्छे उदाहरण, या मैं कह सकता हूं कि इससे अच्छा उदाहरण और कोई नहीं हो सकता है आज के विषय पर। और यदि मूले जी आप इस समिट के कन्वीनर हैं,
आपकी सहमति और ऑडियंस की सहमति से यदि सब लोग सहमति दें तो मैं चाहूंगा कि आज की समिति के मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर प्रकाश आमटे और डॉक्टर मंदाकिनी आमटे को माना जाए। Friends, I am very happy to be here in this National Summit on Leadership in Positivity. At the very outset, I convey my appreciations to the organizers for holding this summit. They are driven by noble motives and ideas. I also congratulate the winners of Positivity Awards 2022. I am impressed by their invaluable contribution to the people and the country. I am sure that the award winners will continue to enrich the ecosystem in which they contribute. जो उन्होंने अपनी जुबान से जो बातें बताई वो तो अभी हमने सुनी, देखा नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कभी देखने का मौका मिला कितनी कठिनाई है अपने जीवन को रिस्क पर डाल करके उनके बीच में काम करना, एक पॉजिटिव सकारात्मक ध्येय को लेकर के बहुत बड़ी बात है। जिंदगी सही मायने में जिंदगी, यदि आपकी जिंदगी में पॉजिटिविटी नहीं है तो मान करके चलिए कि आपकी जिंदगी में कुछ भी नहीं। और एक बहुत अच्छी कहावत जिसको हम सब लोगों ने स्कूल कॉलेजेस और जिंदगी में भी देखा और सुना पढ़ा भी है। एक उदाहरण दिया जाता है एक हाफ ग्लास का, पानी से आधा ग्लास भरा हुआ है, अब उसको देखने का नजरिया है, वो सही मायने में आधा भरा भी है और आधा खाली भी है। लेकिन जो पॉजिटिविटी वाले लोग हैं वो हमेशा देखते हैं कि नहीं ये गिलास आधा भरा हुआ है, और नेगेटिविटी वाले वो लोग हैं जो हमेशा कहते हैं नहीं, उनको वही दिखाई पड़ता है कि हमेशा ये आधा खाली है। ये पॉजिटिव सोच के साथ में यदि हम प्रातः से उठ करके अपनी दिनचर्या को प्रारंभ करते हैं तो मुझे लगता है वो आपको जीवन में बहुत, और जैसे सरोज मिश्रा जी ने जो कुछ सूत्रों में कुछ बातें हमारे सामने रखी थी वो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। मैं these lifetime awardees, they will always inspire the other right thinking people to take up nation building and welfare oriented activities. Ladies and gentlemen, all the people sitting on the dais have displayed leadership in positivity by their sustained contribution for welfare of the people. These are all people with extraordinary heads and hearts. Due to such people, the idea of positivity overcomes the forces of negativity. We all know that compassionate actions of such people take the society forward. I express my high admiration for their thoughts and actions. Ladies and gentlemen, I will try to briefly touch upon the idea of positivity in a modern context. Some leading psychologists from Harvard University got together to discuss something very important. They observed that most of the work in the field of psychology is devoted to analysis of negative mental conditions like depression, bipolar disorder, and such other problems. They thought that there should be research on positive mental conditions of people who are generally happy and always productive. This resulted in the birth of a new branch of psychology which is called positive psychology. This new branch has gained popularity in academic circles and also among the intellectuals generally. The studies of positive psychology tell us about the factors behind the thinking of people who always remain positive and productive. In our ancient tradition also, the wise sages had given highest importance to compassion and charity. They preached that compassion and charity help both the benefactor and the beneficiary. Centuries ago, our ancient thinkers had said what the modern scholars of positive psychology propound in their terminology today. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership is about taking people to the destinations they should go to. It is not about taking people to destinations they want to go to. Leaders are gifted with better and bigger vision. They are also gifted with the virtues of love and empathy. This definition of leadership, coupled with the description of positivity I shared with you all of you today, truly fits in with the people and practices of movement of positivity. Your long-term objectives are very well conceived. They are pragmatic and idealistic at the same time. This blend of ethics and excellence is a very good aspect of the movement of positivity. Ladies and gentlemen, positivity is the way to growth. Negativity is the way to decay. I am glad that this organization is engaged in movement of positivity. The true test of positivity is seen in adverse circumstances. Truly positive people remain productive and calm even under challenges and stress. In fact, they rise to the challenges. That is why, and this is what Dr. Prakash Amte had narrated his life story. That is why there is a popular saying, and I quote, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, unquote. This is what has been proved by the team of Movement of Positivity amid the tough situations faced by the country during the floods of 2019 and 2021, and also during the COVID-19 pandemic. Your team reached out to the people who needed help, risking their own safety and security. I can understand the feeling of satisfaction that such noble deeds generate. The description of activities taken up by the Movement of Positivity is very impressive and inspiring. You have touched various parts of the country and different segments of the society through diverse activities of helping and care. I am glad to note that under the mission Positivity, a number of young entrepreneurs, civil society organizations, government agencies, educators, and climate experts come together to discuss how to contribute to the progress of the nation. And I find that in this audience also, many of these kind of people and organizations, they are represented. They cooperate and collaborate with other like-minded people and organizations as well. It gives me pleasure to note that more than 150 organizations from the field of social service, economic enterprise, and education are aligned with this movement. A large number of citizens are supporting the activities of the mission. Ladies and gentlemen, the outreach of the mission to the persons with disability demonstrates its sensitivity. The compassion-filled activities to help migrant laborers and their children is also praiseworthy. I am told that the journal published by the mission focused on the theme of transgender issues in its population for the year 2021. In 2022, the journal highlighted the life of prisoners and prison management in the country. Concern with such issues indicates the progressive and broad outlook of the mission. Ladies and gentlemen, when an organization is driven by honest intentions and clarity of actions, it generates goodwill. Many people come forward to support such good organizations. It is because of the nobility in thought and action of the mission that a large number of eminent people from different walks of life have been associated with its activities and conferences. The Lifetime Achievement Awards given by the mission also enhance its credibility because the awards have been given to the people of highest character and caliber. Sri Chandri Prasad Bhatt and Sri Prakash Amte need no introduction. They are living icons of their fields of contribution. I am happy that the movement is associated with people of such high ethical standards who have made extensive contributions to great causes. I am also happy to note that the mission has focused on the theme of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and also on the idea of Amrit Kal extending up to the year 2047. The focus given by the mission to having a roadmap for the next 25 years will be very useful in preparing the new generations for ambitious destinations in different fields of development and growth. Lastly, I am proud of the nation building and social service activities of the mission. I wish the mission all success in its noble endeavors. Jai Hind.
Hello. Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and motivating words. Now, may I request everyone present in the auditorium to kindly stand up for the national anthem. May I request the audience to repeat in their respective places. We will begin with our next session very soon. And I now request all of you to be kindly seated. Thank you so much. And I now hand over the mic to the co-anchor for the day, Ms. Preeti. Okay. Kindly be seated.
Seats come. Okay.
Hello. We will just need a few minutes to arrange the stage, as you can all see. So please kindly bear with us and be seated. It wouldn't take much time. Thank you.
हाँ. राज देशमुख ये ना. हाँ. ओके. वो इथेच थांबू ना. मॅडम.
Hello, good evening. Sorry, good afternoon to every one of you. I request our guests who will be our speakers and other chief guests. I request them to come and be seated on the stage. So there's Chief Air Marshal Ajit Shankar Mostly is already there with us. Vice Chancellor Manjuri University Manipur, Shri Mangam Maitham Rajmohan Singh Ji. Then there's co-founder, CEO, and of GS Reliance Group, Shri Sanjeev Khannaji, and founder Association of Socio-Political Reforms, Shri Dipendra Mehtaji. I'll request you all to please come up on the dais. I'll request Shri Dipendra Mehtaji also to come and join us on the dais. Thank you. I'll request all the awardees and the speakers to come and please take your place in the front row on my right side. The speakers and the awardees of this session. The speakers to be seated on the second row and the awardees to be seated on the third row. I'll request, good afternoon very much, and I'll request before I start the session, I'll request everyone to please keep their phones on silent. I'm happy to announce also that this session will be, another sessions also will be being live telecast on YouTube channel of 10 News. This is for information of everyone. So the entire, I think, everyone across the world is watching our show. Thank you. Good afternoon, namaskar, ladies and gentlemen, honorable chair, guests, dignitaries and delegates present here. I'm Preeti Prakash and it gives me immense pleasure to once again welcome you all to the second edition of the National Summit on Leadership in Positivity and Positivity Gems of India Award 2022. The present times are more defined by conflicts, accidents, wars, and many times inhuman occurrences. Then there are challenges like inequality and poverty, unemployment, healthcare, environmental degradation, etc., etc. Humanity and positivity are the only traits that can keep us afloat and connected. This summit is an endeavor by a movement of positivity to flag and highlight the need of spreading and upholding positivity in mind, spirit, and attitude. Its mission being creating a society based on positivity, creativity, and compassion to fulfill its vision of a democratic and progressive nation. On behalf of Movement of Positivity and its founder and mentor, Dr. Dnyaneshwar Mulay, I once again extend my warm welcome to the first session of Positivity Summit entitled Atmanirbhar Bharat Sankalp Se Siddhi. Ladies and gentlemen, it provides me great pleasure to welcome and felicitate our guests. I'll start with Chair Air Marshal Shri Ajit Shankar Mosle, and I request Shri Rajeev to felicitate and welcome our guests. This is Air Marshal Ajit Shankar Rao Muslim. Next, we like to welcome Vice Chancellor Dhanmanjari University, Manipur, Shri Nongam Maitham Rajmohan Singh ji. Next guest is co-founder and CEO of Vilas Group, USA, Shri Sanjeev Khanna. And last but not the least, Founder Association of Socio-Political Reforms, Shri Dipendra Mehta. We feel a sense of enormous pride to have a galaxy of stalwarts who've taken out time from their busy schedule to be here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, the day is divided into 4 sessions. As we commence into the first session, Atmanirbhar Bharat Sankalp Se Siddhi, I would like to invite Shri Dipendra Mehta ji to come and share his views with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I thank the organizers to invite me, especially Dr. Dnyaneshwar Mulay and the whole team. I don't know whether I deserve this prize or not, but they feel like they thought that I should come and talk. And all the dignitaries on the stage, they are very senior, very respected. I think their experiences will be bigger than my age itself. So I'll start my talk. Rather instead of talk, I will say I will start sharing about my experience. I run an organization called Association for Socio-Political Reform, and topic today is Atmanirbhar Bharat Sankalp Se Siddhi, which is given to me. So, can anyone understand Bharat और भारतीय दोनों अलग चीज है? Do anyone understand that practically India is different from Indians? There are a lot of Indians जो आत्मनिर्भर है, कुछ ऐसे Indians हैं जिनको आत्मनिर्भर बनना है, but India as a country, as a state, where it stands in the world, क्या वो सही मायने में आत्मनिर्भर है? अगर आप सोचते हैं तो वो जहां तक पहुंचा है वहां इसलिए पहुंचा है क्योंकि लास्ट 75 इयर्स में बहुत काम हुआ है, बट जहां पहुंचना चाहिए वहां अभी क्यों नहीं पहुंचा है, आज मैं उस पर बात करूंगा. मेरा रोड मैप एंड एग्जीक्यूशन एंड एक एश्योरेंस कि by 2030 India will be leading in so many fronts, and how we can do it, how it's going to happen. Just step by step, a roadmap and vision I'll share. Do anyone know, or all the organizations are working on some or other aspect, some on education, some on finance, some on health, some on infrastructure, some on rural development. But why still India has not got the tag of developed country? क्या कोई जानता है भारत को अभी तक हम डेवलप्ड नेशन क्यों नहीं कहते हैं, और वर्ल्ड का लीडर डेवलप्ड नेशन अमेरिका, यूएस को वो टैग क्यों मिला है? Anyone? I'll tell you the assured reason and why they always remain in that position, and still China, India, they are on just the track and they are not able to defeat it. You know why? They run strategic think tanks all over the world. There are around 1800 think tanks which have been run in USA. Those think tanks, influence. These are the powered, empowered groups. They influence policies. They influence government. They recent example. कभी सोच सकते हो भारत में कि कोई प्रधानमंत्री बने और थोड़े दिन में रिजाइन कर दे? अभी ब्रिटेन में आपने देखा. Is it possible in India? Because those think tanks, those power groups are so influential that they force government, they force system to do and execute the right thing. There are 1800 think tanks in USA. There are around 418 think tanks in China, and India, very few. Officially 200, actual operational within 100 only. So what these think tanks do? ये लोग काम क्या करते हैं और कैसे किसी भी सरकार को, किसी भी स्टेट को, किसी भी डिस्ट्रिक्ट को, किसी भी विलेज को रन किया जाता है? एक थिंक टैंक में स्ट्रेटेजिकली 8 पिलर्स वर्ल्ड वाइड माने गए हैं. They have media, they have politics, they have business, they have bureaucracy, they have research and development, they have technology, they have spiritual gurus. Everywhere in the world, this is the same pattern. And वो थिंक टैंक्स, अगर एक इंसान, किसी भी इंसान के पास अगर ये 8 चीज है, तो वो समाज में एक बहुत बड़ी पावर रखता है. एक इंडिविजुअल इतनी पावर को एब्जॉर्ब नहीं कर सकता, इसके लिए इंस्टीट्यूशन बनाने की जरूरत है. वैसा इंस्टीट्यूशन जो किसी भी चीज को सही और गलत दिशा दे सके. अगर आप देखेंगे भारत में डिफेंस हैव देयर ओन थिंक टैंक्स टू अंडरस्टैंड कि डिफेंस की पॉलिसी क्या होगी, वर्ल्ड वाइड फॉरेन पॉलिसीज के कुछ थिंक टैंक्स है. बिग कॉर्पोरेट हाउसेस, आई डोंट नो ORF का किसी ने सुना है? Reliance Group is so big, but there is a think tank behind it which is operational 365 days, which makes sure कि organization is always on the top. आपने सुना होगा कि कांग्रेस से बीजेपी ने शिफ्ट किया 10 years, 8 years back. There was a think tank called Vivekanand Foundation, which has worked the way out and made sure that the government shifts. So, इस देश में 700 प्लस डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स है. एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से काम कैसे करवाया जा सकता है? इट्स वेरी सिंपल. अगर वहां डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कुछ गलत हो रहा है तो मीडिया उस पर रिस्पॉन्ड करे तो काम होगा. वहां का कोई ब्यूरोक्रेट, कलेक्टर उस पर रिस्पॉन्ड करे तो काम होगा. कोई इन्फ्लुएंशियल पॉलिटिशियन काम करे तो रिस्पॉन्ड होगा. वहां का कोई स्पिरिचुअल गुरु कह दे इस देश में कि भाई ये काम होना चाहिए तो होगा. तो बहुत सारे काम इस देश में हो रहे हैं बट स्ट्रैटेजिकली नहीं हो रहे हैं. So I had made my mission कि स्ट्रैटेजिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन देश के हर जिले में कैसे एस्टैब्लिश करें, एंड उस दिशा में आई एम ऑलरेडी वर्किंग. There are 700 plus districts, 500 plus strategic organizations or empowered groups you will see by 2029 elections. Before that, and what does it mean? It has no connection with any political party. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, चाहे आम आदमी पार्टी हो, चाहे बीजेपी हो, चाहे कांग्रेस हो, कि आप हिंदू है, मुस्लिम है, क्रिश्चियन है, सिख है, doesn't make difference. But if you are true to your work in that area, चाहे आप डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे हैं, स्टेट लेवल पे हैं, नेशनल लेवल पे हैं, तब ही वो काम अचीव हो सकता है. जो संकल्प से सिद्धि की बात हो रही है, आत्मनिर्भर भारत तब बनेगा जब इंटरनेशनली हमारे थिंक टैंक्स इतने पावरफुल होंगे कि वो वर्ल्ड वाइड फॉरेन पॉलिसीज को इम्पैक्ट कर सके. एंड यूनिवर्सिटीज, एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस कैन प्ले अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. पूरे देश में यूनिवर्सिटीज का बहुत बड़ा नेटवर्क है. Why cannot university be a place of a think tank? So the point is very simple. अगर हमको इस देश में कुछ अच्छा अचीव करना है, नहीं हमको अच्छा बन करके ही दिखाना है अगले 10 साल में, तो हमको नॉट ओनली अच्छे संस्था खोलने पड़ेंगे. वो ऑलरेडी बहुत है. मूवमेंट ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी के साथ 150 ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आर कनेक्टेड. मतलब आई गो टू प्रोग्राम्स एंड फंक्शंस की उस पूरे प्रोग्राम में एक अच्छा इंसान मिल जाए तो मेरा जो मिशन है वो आगे बढ़े. यहाँ तो सबके सब वैसे हैं, 150 ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. अगर हम और एक स्ट्रेटेजिक थिंक टैंक में क्या लगता है, मात्र 8 लोग. एक अच्छा मीडिया पर्सन आपके साथ होना चाहिए, एक अच्छा पॉलिटिशियन, एक अच्छा ब्यूरोक्रेट, मैं फिर रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, एक अच्छा रिसर्चर, एक अच्छा टेक्नोलॉजिकल पर्सन, एक स्पिरिचुअल गुरु, इतने लोग अगर एक जिले में आप एक इंडिपेंडेंट वर्किंग बॉडी बना देते हैं, एम्पावर्ड ग्रुप बना देते हैं, जो उस जिले में क्या हो रहा है बस एक महीने में 10 दिन भी ध्यान दे दे और लोगों के नोटिस में लाए, पीपल विल गेट एम्पावर्ड. Once people get empowered, by default country gets empowered. So it is very straightforward and very simple. मैं आपको एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ and maybe that will give you an idea. I run a club called Super Rich Club. 2000 करोड़ के ऊपर के मालिक को I call, I gather, I talk and discuss. You know the biggest problem? वो 2000 करोड़ के मालिक को 10,000 करोड़ का बनना है, 10,000 करोड़ वाले को 50, बट वो 10,000 करोड़ तक के स्लैब पे बहुत सारे लोग हैं इस देश में. But why they are not able to become Adani's, Ambani's, Tata's, Birla's? Because they lack that ecosystem which is required nationally and internationally to grow their group multifold. क्या हम वो थिंक टैंक्स दे सकते हैं? क्या हम वो इकोसिस्टम दे सकते हैं उस कॉर्पोरेट्स को? अगर हमारा देश वो दे पाएगा तो हम डेवलप होंगे. मुले सर जब बात कर रहे थे बोला शोषण, हम आत्मनिर्भर तभी होंगे जब हमारा शोषण ना हो सके. अब मान के चलिए इस देश का कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे कोई भी, मान लीजिए कोई बिजनेसमैन है, अब किसी बड़े बिजनेसमैन को पूछिए, वो बोलेगा हाँ मेरा शोषण होता है, कभी ये डिपार्टमेंट कभी वो, सही गलत, दिस एंड दैट, बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव देयर इकोसिस्टम. दे हैव ग्रोन बाय जस्ट देयर हार्ड वर्क, इंटेंसिटी, प्योर मेहनत से ये देश खड़ा हुआ है. अब इस देश को मेहनत के साथ रणनीतिक तौर पे ग्राउंड में काम करना है, जिला स्तर पे काम करना है, तब जाके ग्राउंड से वो आवाज उठेगी. वो मूवमेंट ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी को हमको इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज करना है ग्राउंड लेवल पे. 5,600 people is the number I had identified across India which is needed just to transform this country. अगर इतने अच्छे लोग ग्राउंड पे डिसाइड कर लेते हैं कि we are going to give our lives like Amitabh ji has already given, I think we are there. जरूरी नहीं है, some may choose climate as an target, some may choose finance as a target. That's fine, that's okay. इस देश में work of areas, work of scope of areas are so many. As per your interest, as per your choice, we can build on that. तो अगर हमको देश को आत्मनिर्भर बनाना है, अगर हमको अपने आप को अमेरिका की जगह खड़ा करना है, चाइना को कम्पीट करना है, इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन से नहीं होने वाला है, ओनली ग्रोथ से नहीं होने वाला है, डेवलपमेंट से नहीं होने वाला है. हमको पॉजिटिविटी के साथ वैल्यूज चाहिए और वैल्यूज के साथ विजन चाहिए और विजन के एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए हमको स्ट्रेटेजिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग चाहिए कंप्लीट इकोसिस्टम की. तो मेरा एक कोशिश है एंड आई थिंक बिकॉज टेक्नोलॉजी हैज गो ऑन सो फार दैट हम पैन इंडिया मिनटों में पहुंच सकते हैं. वर्ल्ड वाइड वी कैन रीच एनीवेयर. सो जो टास्क हमने लिया है, we are on that way and I started working in my own district in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, and slowly and steadily across various states the seeding of the strategic think tanks we had already started, and very soon in next 10 years I can assure you will see the difference happening overall in India. That's my sankalp, and उसको सिद्ध करने के लिए यहाँ जितने भी लोग हैं उन लोगों से सपोर्ट, उन लोगों से ब्लेसिंग्स, उन लोगों से गाइडेंस एक्सपेक्टेड है. So I'm always accepting that एक अकेला आदमी कुछ नहीं कर सकता. इस तरह का मूवमेंट जो पॉजिटिविटी का टीम ने खड़ा किया है, उस मूवमेंट के साथ हमको जुड़ना है और उस मूवमेंट को एक तूफान बना के इस देश में बदलाव लाना है. मैं एक छोटी सी स्टोरी बोल के I'll end my thought. सड़क पे 100 रुपए गिरे हुए थे. एक इंसान निकला वहां से, बहुत अच्छा इंसान था, ज्ञानेश्वर मुले सर जैसा इंसान था. वो बोले कि यार नोट गिरा हुआ है तो क्या करने का, जाने दो, अपना तो है नहीं, अपन क्यों हाथ लगाएं. फिर दूसरा इंसान निकला, मेरे जैसा इंसान था. 100 रुपए का नोट मिला, मैंने उठा लिया और मैंने उससे चक्कू खरीदा, नाइफ. और मेरे पीछे कोई लेडी आ रही थी ज्वेलरी पहन के, चक्कू दिखाया, उसकी ज्वेलरी लूट ली. अगर मैंने ज्वेलरी लूट ली और ज्वेलरी बेची, उससे बॉम्ब खरीदे और मैंने डिस्ट्रप्शन क्रिएट किया, वही 100 रुपए का नोट फिर ज्ञानेश्वर मूले जी की जगह ऋषि कुमार है, उन्होंने बोला नहीं नहीं हम उठाएंगे ये नोट। उन्होंने उठाया और एक बुक खरीदी, विंग्स ऑफ फायर, और हमारे जैसे किसी यंगस्टर्स को दे दी कि भाई ये लो पढ़ो, और वो देश को दिशा दिखाने वाले कई युवा बन गए। तीसरी कैटेगरी ऐसी है जिन्होंने वो 100 रुपए का नोट देखा और वो पढ़े ही छोड़ दिया, ना अच्छा किया ना बुरा किया। तो अगर मैं अपने आप को उस जगह पे रखता हूँ कि मैं वो 100 रुपए का नोट हूँ, और ज्ञानेश्वर मूले सर जैसे लोगों ने उठाया और स्टेज दिया कि भाई आपको बड़े स्केल पे जाके काम करना है। अगर आप टैलेंट और रिसोर्स का जो इंडिया में मौजूद है उसको सही प्लेटफॉर्म, सही स्टेज और सही डायरेक्शन नहीं देंगे तो वही गोल सर्कल में हम घूमते रहेंगे घूमते रहेंगे घूमते रहेंगे। सो इट्स रिक्वेस्टेड टू एवरीवन, जहां पे भी कोई पॉजिटिव आदमी दिखता है आपको, जहां पे भी लगता है कोई चेंज मेकर दिखता है, just connect to the movement of positivity, just connect to us, and we assure you, we assure all together we will transform this country. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Mr. for those lovely words and very, very inspiring and encouraging. I'm sure we'll all take this cue and try to move forward in life. I would now request Shri Sanjeev Khanna, CEO of the Lakh Group, to speak a few words on activism.
Thank you very much. I think let's give a first applause to all these investors who are all sitting here. So they are the future, and that's our patient group. I think they will get a lot more to go in the future. And let me add my perspective as an NRI, who is, so my name is Sanjeev Khanna. I live in Texas, in USA, and I spent part of my year here in India on various social projects. I completed my engineering here in Kurukshetra along with some of my friends sitting here, and then I moved to Canada and did my master's in mechanical engineering, worked there for a while, and then ended up moving to USA, where I did my management program at Harvard Business School. And after working about 20 years, I founded, during that 20 years, I founded a company called GS Group. It's a company that does lots of franchise operations and holdings group in 2002. And 20 years later, I basically, my case now manage and operate the company, which gives me the time to follow my passions of the non-profit work. Now as an NRI, I see it has always been, I feel, indebted to my motherland heart, which prepared me and million others with the life skills, hard work, free education. The free education that we got was based by the taxpayers of this country who made us unable to do that. And there's a big change between the tuition that we pay here, almost next to nothing, at least in the colleges where I studied, to what it is in the Western world. And the deep, and then beyond that free education, the deep bond of the spiritual ethos that basically connects this diverse nation. I joke with my counterparts back home that growing up in India, one gets an amazing training, playing with all sorts of things, how to navigate, how to work hard, and especially how the ecosystem of your parents who have made you today, sacrificing their life, and your gurus and all the people along with that. And also, I want to thank all my Indian citizens here. They have actively made India progress. As an NRI, you have made it easy for me to brag about India also. Now that we are fifth largest economy, and it's a pride that especially when we surpass Britain. Along with that, our increasing defense exports on the way to become a superpower, and largest production of pharma, vaccines, etc., etc. Along with giving electricity, toilets, bank accounts, water to those people who have these basic facilities. And I'm one of the millions of people in the roots share working outside of India. And that's the difference between the West and the East. After you have made some money, or after you gain your financial independence, you can start to think about our Vedic culture compels you to think, what is next? What about my life? Where am I going? What is the purpose of life? Mechanically, in the Western world, there is no end to that. But we take a pause about it. And there's a loads of scriptures which are here in India that guides us. But one of that comes to me is one of the shloka of Kavali Upanishad. It says, Om na karuna na prajaya dhane pyagene kevatus mahashu. Prena kametam bohaya bhuttate yajat vedanta vijnana surishita, and so on it goes. But the essence of this one is this: not by work, not by progeny or by wealth, but by renunciation alone you can attain immortality. And we did not bring anything in this life, material. We were born in this world, and we are going to go leave whatever we have here, except your karma. We have created our life to make money, so any money that you leave here unused, you could better take it as a karma with you. So the choice is ours. With over 32 million NRIs, basically like it's the population of a big country, we have power and ability to contribute to our motherland by involving ourselves in various organizations in India and abroad. NRI's wealth is estimated to be over $1.2 trillion in the world. We do remit about billions of dollars every year to India. And I've been involved in a number of projects in India and in the USA as well. I'll just briefly talk about just a couple of projects. And they highlight the collaboration that you could not do a project without so many people, or it takes a village to do it. Corneal transplant for the blind. This is a project that our club in Rotary in USA with a club in here in India in Sherpa, we do it together. We provide corneal transplant to individuals who do not have access and cannot afford. This involves not only providing funds, but the structural support, working with the other organizations, getting a patient list, working with the government on some of the rules and policies, etc. And we do perform it for the unilateral or bilateral corneal blinds at the cost of about 12,000 rupees an eye, which is like $150 to us. And this is only possible because of the non-profit organizations in India and the medical professionals. A number of doctors here do it for free for us. And one of the example of a particular doctor, Dr. Shakir Singh, he has done over 300 operations free for us from Amritsar. I was humbled when I experienced opening of the bandages of a 10-year-old girl who could see after a long time. That could be my best $150 ever I could have spent. And we have done thousands of those operations, mostly for elderly. Another such organization is US India Chamber of Commerce. I am executive director and a past chairman of the chamber. Our mission is not only to create jobs and opportunities between Indian companies and US companies, but along with that, our foundation does a social project. And let me highlight one social project that happened recently. It was basically working with the Indian government, the state government, and the non-profits during the time of COVID. We in Dallas, just from Dallas, we sent over $2 million of medical supplies to India. And remember those times, how challenging they were. And we were scrambling to get oxygen concentrators, medical supplies, ventilators from various parts of the US, and then from China. The one which I got from US got all 110 volt. So it was interesting that I was able to connect with one of my friends here from my college. Within a week, he designed the converter, he gathered the supplies, took the labor, finished the product. By the time the oxygen concentrators came by air, came to Haryana in Panchkula, the supplies were already there in their warehouse for distribution in the whole state. So that was such a great collaboration between what we could do with our connectivity local here. And there were some funds, of course, left for us that we had collected. And our own Rajeev here, he helped us to put an oxygen plant in Ambala. So now we were able to take care of the supplies locally, with the local over there, the medical supplies here, and a long-term oxygen supply for time to come. Along with that, over there in Dallas, great area, we supplied 36,000 meals to various police force, all the medical professionals, emergency workers, and those people who were taking 911 calls. So this was a great example for us to do the service of our land of karma and the land of birth as well. On a personal note, me and my wife are involved in an engineering career center at Alma Mater University in the University of Calgary in Canada. We built an engineering career center which they named after us, but we do support a graduate scholarship for $10,000 per year for a student of Indian origin. And then we give a local scholarship about 5,000. And there are many more organizations that we are involved, like helping widows through Ruba Foundation or others camp care refugees in Delhi. Before I conclude, I'll just share 3 pieces of wisdom that has guided me and I'm still learning through it. The first is, as everybody says, that we are about karma, the karmic philosophy. Specifically, that life happens for you, not to you. If we get that life is happening for us, but not to us, so we do not start to behave as a victim. This philosophy, I'm trying to keep it as much as possible in my life as well. And there are only a few moments of pure high suffering that we all feel. Everything else is a lesson that bonds out of your own karma. This has allowed us to take, or especially me, personal responsibility for me, for all my actions that I do, allowing me to constantly improve and further as a better human being. The second part is Chandrashekhar. I won't go into detail, but I'll just say one thing. Somebody asked Chandrashekhar, how do you become rich? And his answer was, by donation you become rich. He did not say how much money you have to give to rich, but it is your, even a 1 penny or a 1 rupee or something, you suddenly started to think about something. And the thing is, the one who is rich is the one who gives. So, what do you want to be? Such people are really elevated behind society, as we see Dr. Amte here as well, because they have sacrificed something beyond. They have given their life or so, as you hear, and your heart melts with gratitude. And the last part is what I say, Dharma Rashiti Rashita. Dharma protects those who protect and stand by it. And by dharma here I mean your core essence, our value system, traditions, and culture. The value system has guided at least me for most of my life and has given me a path to give back to this nation as in India also. And I do it because not only I want to do, but this is my dharma. Thanks again to everybody, and thanks and jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khanna, for your words of wisdom. I'm sure we all agree to all the points that he picked up, and particularly the difference between East and West, the importance of spirituality and karma. I'm sure that is very, very related to the movement of positivity itself, for which we assembled here. Thank you once again so much. I would now like to invite upon Sri Mangam Maitham Raj Mohanji, Vice Chancellor, to share his views on the subject. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Chairperson, esteemed speakers, ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I would like to thank the organizers, especially Dr. Dnyaneshwar Mulay, for inviting me to this National Summit on Leadership in Positivity and the Positive Award ceremony, and share a few ideas about the topic Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan for self-reliant India. In the inaugural part, we all heard the wonderful inspirational, motivational, and thought-provoking deliberations from distinguished personalities, including Honorable Shri Nath, Kovind, former President of India. Yes, positivity is very, very important. At one time, with a negative mindset, Hitler killed millions of innocents. At the same time, one person with a positive mindset, Mahatma Gandhi, brought the freedom of India from the mighty British using non-violence as the main leader. Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan or Self-Reliant India campaign is the vision of New India envisaged by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Harivansh. On 12th May 2020, our Prime Minister raised a clarion call to the nation, giving a kick start to the Amitabh Bharat Arvian and announced the special economic and comprehensive package of Indian rupees 20 lakh crores, equivalent to 10% of India's GDP, to fight COVID-19 pandemic in India. The main of the event is to make our country and its citizens independent and self-reliant in all senses. Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that in Atma Nirvan Bharat should stand on the following 5 pillars. Number 1, economy. We need an economy that does not bring incremental change but makes quantum jumps. And secondly, infrastructure. We need infrastructure that will become the identity of modern India. Third is system. We need a system that is no longer based on the rules and rituals of the past, but one that actualizes the dreams of the 21st century. This system needs to be technology-based. Fourth is on democracy. We are the world's biggest democracy. A vibrant demography is our strength. It is the source of energy for our efforts to make India a self-reliant. Fifth is demand. The cycle of demand and supply in our economy is an asset. We need to utilize this power fully. Moreover, several reforms are announced to make India a self-reliant economy and mitigate negative efforts in the future. Some of the reforms are simple and clear laws, resident taxation system, supply chain reforms in agriculture, capable human resources, robust financial system. Mission mode programs with strong leadership, renewed policies focusing on accelerating agricultural growth and allied subjects, healthcare revolutions and medicine, strong partnership between R&D institutions, academia and industry, space technologies and future of space explorations, environment, biodiversity conservation and climate change, knowledge-based economy, national security, missions in education, ICT, water, energy, rural development, as these are very much essential to be undertaken for forward movement of economic development and prosperity of the country. Atmanirbhar Bharat is used as an umbrella concept in relation to making India a bigger and more important part of the global economy, pursuing policies that are efficient, competitive, resilient, and being self-sustaining and self-generating. Atmanirbhar Bharat, some progresses are already met. Some prominent examples are: number 1, modernization of military aviation. Today, we are witnessing a transformation of India into a global manufacturing hub supported by progression in the value chain under Atmanirbhar Bharat mission. The launch of projects like C-295 manufacturing in India symbolizes the strides that the country has made in the Make in India, Make for the World initiatives. It is the first of its kind and the largest investment in defense sector, propelling the country's advancement in domestic defense and aviation manufacturing ecosystem. India is the fastest growing airline market, and there is a huge demand for civil aircraft and engines. There is also a considerable maintenance, repair, and overhaul market to tap. India has already started exporting its indigenous aircraft like LCA, and LCH and weapons like BrahMos as part of progress in the military aviation sector. Atmanirbhar Bharat in healthcare. The emergence of the Atmanirbhar Bharat movement helped fast-track several Made in India initiatives with support from Government of India, accelerating by COVID-19 pandemic, but building on a long heritage of local innovation in diseases, including TB. India's health sector is seeing a wave of transformation that is fueling economic growth. Today, our country is emerging as a premier manufacturing location and hub for modern technology on the global stage. From providing more than 23 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses to 100 countries, to providing by voting our homegrown TB testing innovation to enable well testing for TB as well as COVID-19. The role of youth in making India Atmanirbhar. Youth can become employment generators, creators, and utilize their knowledge for the benefit of the country. Yes, youths are pillars of the nation. They constitute the barometer of the society and an center of humanity. A nation can progress only when the energy of the youth is channelized in a constructive form. If we could tap the potentials of people and influence them in a positive direction, art can be converted into power. Human resources, our human resources, particularly 300 million ignited young minds, are the unique core strength of the country. The aspirational younger generation born after 1991 inevitably hold the key to India's economic and political future. India has just a decade's time to seize the opportunity and realize the youth demographic decay. Therefore, it is an appropriate time to launch an Indian Youth Guarantee Program, akin to European Union Youth Guarantee, but turn to our country's context. Indian Youth Guarantee Program's strategic goal should be to ensure that within a fixed time frame, young people graduating from colleges or losing a job either find a good quality job suited to their education and experience or acquire skills required to find a job. Now, as we are celebrating the 75th year of independence to create new India for the future, all eyes are set on young workforce to live the demographic dividend. With 60% of the nation's youth population residing in the villages, their skilling and upskilling has been a strong focus on all stakeholders, government, civil societies, and corporates. For building an Atmanirbhar, once our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, I quote, it is important that the youth have self-confidence. Self-confidence comes when youth have faith in their education, skills, and knowledge and choice. Even our spiritual guru, Swami Shivananda once said, the history of the mankind is the history of very few people who have faith in themselves. And our professors, Chandrashekhar, before independence, he was having full faith on himself. And he spent 200 rupees from his own pocket and brought Nobel Prize for the first time in India, not only in India, in the whole Southeast Asia. So self-confidence or faith in himself is very, very important. The current job market technological revolution and climate change has created opportunities for green jobs and digital skills. Entrepreneurship is also very, very important. The uncertainty that pandemic brought and the continuous change in the demand for services in the economy have reaffirmed the need for rural entrepreneurship amongst the youth. Age share employment accounts for 76% of the total employed in India. Entrepreneurship plays a critical role in the country's economy. The skilling ecosystem and all stakeholders must adapt to the market's urgent needs. In the context of Atmanirbhar Bharat in Manipur, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi has once announced that our Regional Institute of Medical Science will be updated up to the level of All India Institute of Medical Science. Even our government of Manipur, under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Shri Harivansh, is going to construct tribal markets, thereby immensely contributing towards promoting indigenous products towards fulfilling Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Amitabh Bharat, Atma Nirbhar Bharat. And the Honorable Prime Minister again once said, I quote, Manipur is the gateway of East for India's Amitabh Bharat vision. To conclude, this National Education Policy 2020 will also partly or directly will help in materializing this Atmanirbhar Bharat. The new Education Policy 2020 is a whole and indomitable new policy initiative taken by the Government of India for overall national development, economic growth, equitable society, and quality education. Quality education, I mean education which incorporates human values, moral values, and spiritual values. This new vista and an landmark document will be the key to unlock the mandate to robust education system rooted in Indian ethos in the globalized education and knowledge era. Only through quality education we can produce committed, responsible, disciplined, well-integrated, socially sensitive citizens who will be the greatest asset of the country. As India moves towards becoming a global knowledge superpower, more young Indians will be attracted to aspire for higher education. Higher education significantly contributes towards sustainable livelihoods and economic development. Achieving successful implementation of this NEP 2020 will help transform India into a global education and powerhouse as envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Yes, if we could change our mindset in a positive direction, India has a big chance to becoming a global leader in the knowledge society. With this background, I would like to conclude my talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rajmohan Singh, for sharing your vision of a self-reliant Bharat, and I'm sure we are moving on the right way to being a self-reliant India in the next, by the time we hit the century of 100. Thank you so much. It's now time to honor those who have contributed positively to society and mankind in today's world. I will request Chair M. Marshal Ajit Shankar Bhosle to give me the positive awards. First, I would like to invite Shahid Shikshan Prasarak Mandal of Dr. Jagannath Patil to please come on stage and receive the award from our chief guest. This institution works for adoption of poor students, climate action, health awareness, servicemen, families. It's a true gesture of positivity to educational equality and equity and quality. Sorry. big round of applause requested. The next awardee is Mr. Santosh Vasantrao Patil, Chairman and MD, UK Resource Private Limited. He had a very humbling beginning from a remote village in Sangli district. In over 2 decades, he's worked extensively for welfare of the local community. Mr. Santosh Vasantrao Patil. Our next awardee is Mr. Ravi Dalaso Bodke, Counselor, motivational speaker and social worker focused on support orphans, elderly and the destitute. So far 3,000 people have been supported and 587 people are rehabilitated in their homes. Of course, there can be no award that cannot have Dr. Mulay with us. It's always a pleasure to have you. Next awardee is Professor Shamalengu Yogi, Director General Amity Humanity Foundation, helping PhD scholars and with their research work. Dr. Nyogi. Next, I will invite Ms. Tanisha Bakshi, artist and founder, Anasagar Foundation. She runs a not-for-profit organization providing free meals to poor and underprivileged. She's been doing this for the last 8 years. Ms. Tanisha Bakshi. I would next invite Pandit Rajeev Prasanna, is an Indian classical flautist and Shehnai player from Banaras, Gharana. He's a Grammy Award winner too. Pandit Rajeev Prasanna. Not here? I think he's not here. Okay, we'll deliver it. Okay. Dr. Sohini Sastry is my next invitee here, who's in Wadi. She's a renowned astrologer of the country, hailing from the West Bengal, and nominated among 5 astrologers of India by internet. She has received multiple national awards. Is she here? Dr. Sohini Sastry. Okay, sure. The next awardee is Shri I.C. Bansal. He's an industrialist, prominent social worker, and is involved in public service. Is he here? Welcome. And last but not the least is Shri Nand Keswani. He's a leading social worker for the last 2 decades, including on issues of environment and health, and has started a movement called Plant Trees to Save Life. Shri Nand Keswani. these people are the ones who really make us proud as human beings, as society. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Be seated now. I'll now request Chair A. Marshal Rajit Mostly to enlighten us with your kind words. Sir.
Jai Hind. Let me just begin with generating some more positive vibes here. I will, for all of us, cheer. I'll say 3 cheers for moment of positivity. You will raise both your hands and say, hip hip, hooray, hip hip, hooray, hip hip, hooray. I was told that we are live on YouTube, so I think that was not good enough, so we will do it again. 3 cheers for moment of positivity. Hip hip, hooray, hip hip, hooray, hip hip, hooray. That's for 2 purposes, or 3. One is the vibes will increase, which is already there. Second is that there will be some circulation in your body and you will have more appetite for the lunch that is being awaited. So thank you very much, Dr. Dnyaneshwar, Shri Positive Kumar, Nath, all the workers, volunteers of Movement of Positivity, the children very smartly turned up here in maroon blazers, ladies, gentlemen, and my eminent panelists sitting on the dais. We have had a great session this morning. I'm especially thankful to the people of Movement of Positivity, of which I am also part. Because this morning when Prakash Baba Amte and Dr. Mandakini Prakash Baba Amte were here, I felt that this was the closest that I got to divinity. They दैवत असते त्याच्यात इतकं जवळ मी कधीच आयुष्यात गेलेलो नव्हतो. तर तेव्हा जे बोलत होते असं वाटत होतं की मी न्हावून निघालोय. आणि विठ्ठल रखमाईला जेव्हा आपण दर्शनाला जातो पंढरपूरला तेव्हा कसं वाटलं त्याच्याहून दुप्पट मला त्यांच्या सानिध्यात तिथं वाटलं. So let's give him a big hand. What a wonderful choice that no one has made for selecting that kind of book. I'm fortunate to be a very enlightened panel here. Dipen Mehta, the young man who spoke from his heart from Rajasthan, he talked about NGOs and think tanks requirement and creation of ecosystem, and he was talking from his original own experience. So each word that he spoke was worth its weight in gold. Sanjeev Khanna ji gave us the NRI perspective and made us understand how deeply he is rooted with his motherland. He began by conveying his gratitude to the parents. Wonderful. And then the motherland. We talked about what they do during COVID, what they did otherwise, how people came up and helped them out. Very grateful. Dr. N. Rajmohan Singh, he's a great academician. He talked about the process of democracy, Atmanirbharta as an umbrella concept, and knowing him and having seen him on the YouTube, he could have gone and on for the entire day to cover this aspect. But there are always these restrictions of time. Thank you very much. I am the chair. I'm afraid I got a very structured speech. I'll speak to the subject like Atmanirbhar Bharat and Sankalp Se Siddhi. And I'm going to take 10 minutes. So I'm going to obviously skip certain things which the Honorable Vice Chancellor has already covered. So in this opening session, we are supposed to take stock of India's achievements and challenges in the 75th year of independence. When I think of the eve of independence, that is 14th August 1947, what rushes to my mind is the iconic speech by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, famously called Tryst with Destiny. The essence of the theme of this session of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Sankalp Se Siddhi, is beautifully captured in the first 2 paras of this famous speech by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, when he addressed we are waiting independent India. And allow me to quote, and I quote, long years ago we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time has come that we shall redeem our pledge. Not wholly or in full measure, but very substantial. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes, but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends, and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance. Unquote. Referring to the great Mahatma Gandhi and the poorest of the poor of Indians, the then Prime Minister goes on to say, and I quote, the ambition of the greatest man of our generation, that is Mahatma Gandhi ji, he doesn't name him, but he says, the ambition of the greatest man of our generation has told us to wipe away every tear from everybody's eyes. That may be beyond us, but as long as there are tears and suffering, so long our work will not be over. Unquote. And that is what the situation is. And so he goes on to say, and so we have to labor, we have to work, and we have to work hard to give reality to our dreams. The dreams are for India, but they are also for the world. Unquote. Look at this iconic speech, where he covers everything. And today, India, where it stands, is, I think, redeeming the pledge, not wholly, not in full measure, but substantially, what the Pandit Chacha Nehru said. He is cautiously optimistic of the pledges or sankalps, and is very clear about the sustained commitment of every citizen to attain Siddhi and not rest to we as a nation wipe off every tear. We have successfully traveled 3/4 of a century and still have a long way to go. The Amrit Kaal of next 25 years, in India's centenary year, holds many prospects as well as challenges. Partition was painful, traumatic experience for tens of millions of people. About 750,000 lost their lives, and up to 140 lakh people were displaced. This was the single largest migration in human history. Setting these unsettled families was one of the daunting tasks for the fledgling nation. The pledges or resolutions or sankalps that were to be realized and redeemed were enshrined in the Constitution of India, which Dnyaneshwar ji eloquently covered, which came into force on 26 January 1950 when India became a republic. And in the preamble of the Constitution, I quote, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and the integrity of the country. Justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity for all Indians is the sankalp. It is a resolve, it is a duty, and it is the dharma. There is nothing more than that. There are many means to attain siddhi or successes, such as health, education, employment, social security, food security, etc., for all to prosper individually and blossom together as a nation. A nation that is firmly rooted in the democratic values and ethos. And in this sustained journey, we as a nation be the leading light for the rest of the world. At the time of attaining independence, India was in the grips of social, economic, and political problems which hindered India's growth story. The partition caused untold brutality and violence. The partition not only led to division of assets between India and Pakistan, but also created a huge refugee crisis and was also the genesis of the ever-festering Kashmir problem. Mass poverty was another scourge, which about 80% of population, that is 250 million, was poor. Repeated famines and consequent hunger pushed India to seek external help for its food security to avoid hunger deaths. Illiteracy loomed large. The total population of 340 million, only 12 million, that is 12%, were literate. In terms of economic capacity, we were beset with stagnant agriculture and poor industrial base. In 1947,
60% of the population dependent on agriculture, contributing to 54% of GDP. During the century plan economic phase, the annual growth rate stagnated around 3.5%, which very disparagingly was called the Hindu rate of growth from the 1950s to 1980s, and the story changed thereafter. While the per capita growth averaged only at 1.3%. The boundaries of British India provinces had been drawn and redrawn in a haphazard manner, lacking cultural and linguistic cohesions. Integration of Goa, Hyderabad, Rajkot tested the nascent nation's firm resolve of national identity and integrity and unity. The Naxalite movement of 1960s, Northeastern insurgency, and the Punjab-Pakistan movement of 1980s, and the Kashmir separatist movement continued to bleed the nation. The darkest phase of Indian democracy was the declaration of national emergency in 1975. Amongst the external threat, India found itself facing the global world order deeply divided with Cold War between USA and the USSR. India chose to follow the non-alignment to stay away from Cold War politics and focus on internal development. Series of war and warlike actions threatened India's territorial integrity and national interests. The whole nation rose time and again. The 1947-48 Kashmir operations, the 1962 Chinese aggression, the 1965 Indo-Pakistan War, 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, and the 1990 the Kargil War. These wars not only hindered India's growth, but also created nuclear instability in the region, setting the stage for hybrid warfare, leading by 1,000 cuts. Notwithstanding, let us look at as to how our India has evolved since independence on various parameters. Let's talk about population. In 1950, we were 35.76 crores. Today we stand at 141.7 crore. A fourfold increase. Food grain production. In 1950, we had 50.8 million tons food grain production. To feed those 35.76 crores, many of them went hungry. And today, 2022, we have 316 million tons, which is a 6 times increase, thanks to the green revolution, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, and of course our farmers. Milk production, 1950, 17 million tons, 2020, 210 million tons. A 12-fold increase, once again thanks to Operation Flood of White Revolution by Dr. Kurian. And of course, all the Walis and Walas of Gujarat and the rest of the country. The daily milk consumption, those of you who are fond of drinking milk, boys and girls. In 1970, you could have born, if you were born in 1970, only 107 grams of milk per day. In 2020, the mother and their aunties are forcing 427 grams of honey. It's a 4 times increase in 50 years. Some of you may not like that. The GDP, 1950, it was rupees 2.7 lakh crores. And as a matter of interest, ladies and gentlemen, you may be interested to know, the GDP there was 2.7 lakh crores. In 2020-23, our defense allocation itself is 5.25 lakh crores. Twice that our GDP then. And 2020-21, our GDP is 1.35 crores. Now you can sit and put all the zeros that you like. Forex reserves. We in 51-52 had 1.82 billion US dollars worth. And in August 22, just a few months ago, we got whopping 528 billions. And this increase obviously is about 250 times. Per capita income 1950 was rupees 265. In 2001, it increased to 18,000. We started feeling happy. And in 2021, it is 1.28 lakhs. And that is your India. This is 500 times increase in the per capita income. Economic size 2020, it was the 5th largest in the world. Few weeks ago, I heard we have become 4th largest. And in 2031, we are expected to be the 3rd largest. Length of roads, 1950, 4 lakh kilometers. All roads tolled in the country. 2018, I got dated figures. 56 lakhs kilometers, which is 40 times. I'm sure this must have touched 70 lakhs already. India is the largest manufacturer of generic drugs. India is fulfilled so 50% of the global demand for vaccines. We are 2nd largest cement producer, 2nd largest steel producer, 3rd largest electricity producer. Give India a big hand. Thank you. India is nuclear power. India is a space power. India is a missile power. India is an IT power. And all this is indigenously developed. India is home to 1/6 of the global population. The ASSET 2021 report showed that the number of older children ages 15 to 16 in school now is higher than ever. It is likely that we will see one larger number of youths graduating from the schools certificates. However, the country suffers very significant skill gaps. Approximately only 5% of the workforce recognized as formally skilled. So I will not allude to or dwell upon the aspects of NEP. NEP 2020 is the mantra for to come out of all this, which the Vice Chancellor has so eloquently alluded to. Now, what is the important aspect that I like to touch upon that this NEP seems to some who will do just one reading that we are going back. The NEP is very much rooted in our culture, but NEP is very forward-looking. And the NEP will only happen if we write the benefits of technology. And that will bring me to the aspect of the World Economic Forum report, which said it's on Education 4.0 in India. And it says that digital interventions is the means to enhance learning outcomes. That's for India. And the digital intervention in education, healthcare, banking, transportation, and even farming, besides manufacturing and service delivery, have been identified as the key areas by the government, by the nation, if I may. India has already therefore announced the rollout of transformational 5G services. The man to speak on this is going to be in the afternoon session, Mr. Amitabh. But let me plagiarize him before he comes here. 5G is essential for industry. It is enabling rapid digitalization of India with enhanced mobile broadband called the EMMB feature of 5G, and through PM E-Shiksha is another program, E-Vidya. Full potential of digitalization can be unleashed. 5G will provide major impetus for digital universities, vocational training programs, and this is all part of the NEP. Vocational training programs in the phygital work, PHYGITAL, phygital, the new coin terminology, more and can improve the employability of the youth and women by providing hands-on experience and reducing on-the-job training time. The URLLC, that is the ultra reliable low latency communication, which is a feature of 5G, will enable user-friendly point-of-care diagnostics and the creation of much-needed connected ambulances. And there is an illustrative article by Mr. Amitabh. He's titled it as 5G Impact, Traffic to Teaching, Factories to Farming. And somebody can lay their hands, it was written in August this year. Now, before concluding, let me turn to Atmanirbharta in defense modernization. If I don't do that, I'll get a beating from the armed forces. Atmanirbharta in defense goes beyond the cost aspect. We keep talking about cost. It goes beyond the cost aspect, Atmanirbharta. Namely, the prohibitive expenditure on defense, the dilemma of development of defense, guns of butter, it's all behind us. We don't have shortage of money, let me tell you that. But we have to be Atmanirbhar. It has immense strategic connotations of assured defense capability, unhindered by the upheavals of geopolitical variations. It grants the nation the sovereignty in decision making, which is in the national interest. And that is why you hear our respected EAM, Sadiq Dopi, he goes and says, we take decisions which are in the national interest. And that's all because of the back of all of us, and of course the armed forces. It also reflects the confidence we have in our own capability, going by the precedence of India's self-reliance in fields like nuclear, space, missile, and ICT. The last defense exposition, which happened in October 22 in Gandhinagar, had this theme, and the theme was Path to Pride. Aggressor, Atmanirbhar Bharat, which marked the emergence of India's defense industry as a sunrise sector. The participation was open only to Indian exhibitors, entrepreneurs, and agencies. There were over 1,340 exhibitors. I was there for about a week there. There were over 1,340 exhibitors, businesses, startups, investors, MSMEs, armed forces, police forces, government departments, which represented the entire national defense ecosystem to collaborate and build a self-reliant India. Conclusion of 451 MOUs, transfer of technology agreements product launches and orders domestic businesses worth 1.5 lakh crores reflected India's resolve towards achieving Atmanirbharta in defense and integration between the armed forces requirements, research and development, defense production by public and private players. India aspires not only to be only self-reliant, but also be a net exporter to friendly foreign countries. And we are already doing that in terms of BrahMos and LCA and helicopters. I'll conclude by quoting the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. He addressed the Indian diaspora a few days ago in Bali during the G20 summit. He of course spoke in Hindi. I'll quote him in English. India does not think small any longer. And this is what I want to know where India is. And he said that in a very succinct way. India does not think small any longer. Today, India, while taking pride in its heritage, staying close to its roots, and aiming for the sky, is moving ahead to become developed India. The country's roadmap for development includes the political and economical aspirations of the world. India sees this as a responsibility and is moving ahead for the good of the world. Unquote. A very succinct and apt statement there by the Prime Minister, which should make us all feel proud. But notwithstanding all that, the progress so far, as a nation, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of tears to wipe. Poverty, equality, on the counts of these. Poverty, equality, and unemployment. If you want to become Vishwaguru, we have a long way to go. That brings me back to the cautious optimism with enduring resolve articulated in the Tryst with Destiny speech, and allow me to repeat, and I quote, the ambition of the greatest man of our generation has been to wipe every tear from every eye that may be beyond us. But as long as there are tears and sufferings, so long our work will not be over. And so we have to labor, we have to work, and to work hard to give reality to our dreams. And these dreams are for India, but they are also for the world. Unquote. And that is our enduring sankalp to attain Siddhi. Now, with a prayer to none other than Sant Dnyaneshwar, and I think it's that, since we all are here because on behalf of Dr. Dnyaneshwar, I would like to quote a few lines from the Asayadan of Sant Dnyaneshwar, which is my own leading light in positivity in life. And it goes like this: Duritaje timir jao, Vishwasva dharma sure paho, Zoje vanchit tote laho, Pranika. When translated in a rather poor English, it would mean eliminate the negativity from people's minds. When the negativity goes, positivity rushes in. Eliminate the negativity from people's minds. Let the world witness the rise of the sun of self-dharma, which is have faith in your self-righteousness. Grant every living being whatever it might rightfully wish for. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, Marshall, for giving us the forces perspective of this session of ours and how we can and have evolved positively. Thank you so much once again. I would now like to call upon Shri Raj Deshmukhji to give the vote of thanks.
It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this second National Summit on Leadership in Positivity Session First Atmanirbhar Bharat. I, on behalf of Moment of Positivity team, extend a very hearty and vote of thanks to the Honorable Air Marshal Amitabh Bhosle sir. आपण वेळात वेळ काढून त्याला आणि आपलं गायडन्स केल्याबद्दल आपले मनपूर्वक आभार. Honorable Longa Maitham Singh ji, thank you so much. Yamna, Amitabh, you are not wrong. Honorable Sandeep जी, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आपने यहाँ पे हमें टाइम दिया. Honorable दीपेंद्र मेहता जी, आपका गणना धन्यवाद, आपने यहाँ पे हमें टाइम दिया. You are all blessed us with your presence and valuable thoughts, and I took out valuable time for your busy schedule. I also thank you all the awardees, जिन्होंने यहाँ पे टाइम देके यहाँ पे प्रेजेंस दिखाया और मोमेंट ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी के ऑल मेंबर्स को एक मोटिवेशन दिया. Thank you all of you. Thank you. Sorry? I'm Mr. Raj Deshmukh. I'm a coming to a moment of positivity. I'm a Shishya of Dr. Dnyaneshwar Mulay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajeev. I again thank everyone who's taken out time and come here for us for the movement of positivity. I would especially like to thank Shri Harivansh, who's come all the way from US to be here with us. Thank you so much, sir. He's the patron of movement of positivity also. Now I will not come in between you and the lunch, so I will request everyone to join us for lunch, and we'll be back in an hour to resume the next session. Thank you so much. 30 minutes. Okay, we'll be back here after 30 minutes, so I request everyone to be seated there after lunch in 30 minutes.